Good evening to all of you. In fact, I am unable to see any of you. I think you might be able to see me. It's when I look in front, it's all dark, so I cannot recognize the faces. So I don't know why that is the case. So anyway, today is a very special day for us. We have as our chief guest the President of the International Federation of Accountants, Ms. Asma Resmuki. We gladly welcome her. I think she's been here for the last week, and today is a final day, and it's also going to be a very, very pleasant occasion where we see the CMA Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards 2023. We also have our guests of honor, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Faisal Saleh, the chairman of the Colombo Stock Exchange, who are our supporting partners for the CMA Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards for the last few years, Mr. Dilshan Veerasekara, the CEO of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Mr. Rajiv Bandaranayake, our Vice President and past President of SAFA, Mr. Hennayaka Bandara, our Professor Ho Yu Ki, who is one of our very close friends and dear friends. He is the chairman of the judges panel, but is also on our advisory council. He's also the chairman of the CMA Academic Council. He's been really inaugurating our last syllabus that we put out, the syllabus 2023-2027. So he's also been a great supporter and a close friend of us. Council members, the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, the Deputy President of SAFA, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, the members of CAPA, the newly elected President, the former President, the presidents of the many accounting bodies ranging from the Asian and Pacific region and also the South Asian region, corporate leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to this 9th CMA Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards, which we are having this year in 2023. So as you know that we have been doing this over the years, and it's something that we have been developing, and also the development has been seen not only at our award ceremony, but also in your annual reports. So today, as I said, we have our special chief guest, keynote speaker, Ms. Asma Resmuki, the International Federation of Accountants President. And as you know, this is the global body for the accounting profession, representing 3 million professional accountants with 180 members and associates in 135 jurisdictions. So you see that the accounting profession in Sri Lanka is not only a local body, but it's a global body. In '84, when I was president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, I just want to tell Ms. Asma, we had only one body with IFAC. But in '87, when I finished it was two-year terms, we set up the Association of Accounting Technicians of Sri Lanka. And I'm pleased to tell you that they, together with AAT UK, were the first associate members who entered the IFAC body. Today, we have 3 bodies, the AAT Sri Lanka, the CMA Sri Lanka. So which means that we have been playing a major role in not only multiplying the profession, multiplying the number of accountants, but also providing the skills that are necessary for this country to go forward. This is amply testified in our awards ceremony today. You can see the high quality that has been maintained as a result of the main role played by the CFOs, the assistants, management accountants, and many more. So you can see that, I'm sure Ms. Asma must be very happy that we are now having 3 bodies, one of the few countries. Some of them are having 2, but I don't think very many are having 3. But I don't know whether this is being felt in the government sector, who should know that we have 3 professional accounting bodies recognized internationally or globally that can help this country. Unfortunately, I do not think they have been using their services. They must wake up and know as to who are the people who can serve this country. So definitely our links with the global profession, because I don't think very many of our universities are linked with global universities. But today the accounting profession is far ahead of it. But since we are professional bodies, we are getting stepmotherly treatment. I think the government must know who a profession is. A professional is one not only has the knowledge and the skills, but who have ethics and, of course, trust and confidence. These are very essential. However good you may be, if you do not have these qualities, I do not think that you will be able to serve either your firm or your country or even yourself. So this is one main important, which still we are talking from the private sector, we are setting examples, but unfortunately they are unable to grasp what is good for this country, who are the people who can serve this country and do much better. So this is just a few words I thought that since our global president is here, that we should expose our profession. We should tell of the strengths that we have and how we can build and in today's circumstance rebuild Sri Lanka to go to the new age. So today's function, I must also thank the Chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Faisal Salih, for accepting our invitation. Because you know, he sets all the tough regulations to our quoted public companies. These are some areas which will really benefit the companies and also see that they are performing well. I'm sure Mr. Faisal Salih would be happy to see that most of those who have come on top of the integrated reporting awards will be these public quoted companies. So what you are doing is taking the companies in the right direction. So I think this is a very good thing. And also, you will know that integrated reports are really prepared on a voluntary basis. There is no compulsion. So you can see how good our private sector is. They are volunteering to prepare integrated reports which have now been acclaimed by us, which have been evaluated by us, and we are giving them the necessary recognition for what they have done. In 2015, when we started the journey of the Integrated Reporting Awards, it was Professor Graham Terry from South Africa who helped us tremendously, as South Africa was the first country to make it mandatory. Now you can see South Africa has made it mandatory, but our companies on a voluntary basis has been really doing it extremely well. And we were able to get his support, and he was able to provide us the training and the skills to train our evaluators. After a long period of service, he has now retired from the panel of judges, and we wish to pay our grateful thanks to Professor Graham Terry, because he did a valuable service to us. He also used to give the judges' report at the awards ceremony, and of course, today we have Professor Ho Yu Ki the chairman of the judges panel. Actually, he's been the chairman of the judges panel from the inception, and I must thank him for the great support that he has rendered from the inception. So we have also received immense support and advice from Professor Mervyn King. I think you would have seen him on the photographs that were seen, a well-known personality in integrated reporting and has been a keynote speaker at our awards ceremonies. I must also thank our 2 evaluation committees or teams who have put in a great deal of work. The group leaders and their deputies and the senior panel of evaluators who worked very closely with the chairman of the judges panel, Professor Ho Yu Ki, and the other judges, and greatly supporting the evaluation of the applications that were received. I think with the evaluation team, we also had a number of others who supported them, and I must thank all of them. I must also thank the secretariat consisting of the technical and administration divisions for the great support rendered for the success of today's event. Due to the high standards maintained in integrated reporting this year, we have introduced a new category in addition to the 10 best referred to as the next 10 best. Now, this is a new idea that came, I think, Professor Ho, for agreeing to this, because he found that the standard has gone up so much that we should really recognize them, and we have now brought in this category called the next 10 best, which will recognize the efforts put in by companies and informing them that they have opportunities to go up the ladder. In total, there are 66 awards which have been won by companies participating. We have also recognized the best CFO based on the integrated reporting results, encouraging CFOs to bring their companies to be overall winners, showing excellence in both financial and non-financial reporting. We need to promote management accountants who are ideally suited for this function, and for companies not only to use cost and management accounting for better results and higher profitability, but also to recruit local management accountants produced by CMA Sri Lanka to their organizations. You see, when we have these organizations, we are also looking for your support, which means our bread and butter is to support the youth of this country, to provide them the accounting opportunities, to provide them the training facilities, which you have got, the expertise which you have. So you must also support us. Sometimes you think that local is no good, we need the foreign stuff, but today you may not even have the foreign exchange for that, because when we are set up, we save foreign exchange, and you are also companies who are catering to the local market. So please remember this. Help the local companies, the local professional accounting bodies that are doing this, because otherwise you'll find that you will only be wasting the assets of this country, and the people of this country will have no place to go. Today people are leaving this country and going, but those who are from the local and national bodies will have much more sincerity, much more dedication to serve the national worthiness and also to be true nationals. The purpose of the Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards is to promote Sri Lankan companies, both listed and unlisted, and state-owned enterprises and companies to undertake integrated reporting, which will be beneficial to investors and stakeholders. I think they are your main people, the investors and stakeholders. The primary purpose of an integrated report is to explain to providers of financial capital how an organization creates, preserves or erodes value over time. Now this is something that you can see whether your company or whether your organization or whether the government has created or they have preserved or eroded capital. I think if you look around, your companies are doing well, but the environment has been eroded. An integrated report benefits all stakeholders interested in an organization's ability to create value. Now, this is the most important thing, creation of value. Especially now the private sector, we are honoring you because you have been able to create value over time including employees, customers, suppliers, business partners, local communities, legislators, regulators, and policymakers. The integrated reports are evaluated using guidelines applicable in the International Integrated Reporting Framework issued in December 2013 and revised in 2021. The evaluation will take into account not only the accounting and financial information, but also non-financial information provided in integrated reporting. As you know, the IR framework, there has been changes. The Value Reporting Foundation, the IFRS, and of course ISSB, and all these coming in, and these, I suppose, will still see that integrated reporting will continue. The fundamental concepts of integrated reporting are represented by the capitals. I know that all your companies are reporting very heavily on the capitals, which include financial, manufactured, intellectual, human, social and relationship, and of course natural capital. The value is created or destroyed within a company's business model, which represents the chosen system of inputs, business activities, outputs and outcomes that aim to create value over the short, medium and long term. Today, while these are implemented in the private sector, it is rather unfortunate that the public sector and government organizations using public funds are not using these valuable concepts successfully carried out by the private sector. So you can see, you are doing all these things, but if the government, if the state sectors that are losing are not going to use this, ultimately the burden will be on you. If the private sector is to be successful, then the government should be value creators. We must tell them that they should be value creators and not value destroyers. If they destroy value, then certainly we are all going to be in big trouble, which is shown, of course, the current economic situation of the country shows that they have really not created, but they have destroyed value. Hence, we need to preserve value and be value creators in the government sector and the state institutions to safeguard the private sector and the society. Actually, the private sector and the society are in grave danger if the government does not create value. The society cannot accept the inefficiencies, wastages, corruption, and heavy losses of the public sector, which has resulted in going into heavy debt, unable to pay our debts, losing professionals and skilled people from our country, and the government, of course, increasing taxes and burdens on professionals who are really putting their heart and soul without cutting down expenditure. Now, we all know that one way is to increase income, is to increase the taxes, but if the expenditure increases, then certainly it is not be of any benefit, because ultimately you will keep on taxing and there will be nothing left for the people to pay. While IMF policies are good and need implementation, when they say that state institutions should recover costs, does this mean that the society has to pay for the wastages, inefficiencies, corruption, mismanagement in these institutions, which will only result in the professionals, skilled people, youth of this country fleeing our country for better destinations, resulting in much worse problems? So when one thing is told, this is very important, because if you have a very efficient institution, then you can say that the cost can be then borne by the people. But if the other things are included, certainly that's going to result in a lot of problems. Can you run hospitals without doctors, universities without professors, IT firms without skilled IT personnel, maintain proper accounts without accountants, and then maybe bring a lot of disrepute to our country? So we really need to bring the professionals, and they should be able to guide those in power as to what needs to be done. Therefore, integrated reporting and value creation for the government sector and state institutions should be immediately implemented in order that we can control the situation and bring confidence to the people of Sri Lanka, especially when we have a very august gathering here of leading private sector companies, the cream of the private sector, and of course our many professional accountants who are here. I think they are from over 30 countries who are present here. So you can see that we can really play a very major role in our own countries, in your own countries. As a private sector, we need to insist on this, as otherwise we will also fall from the sick bed to a dead corpse. So I think that's not a very good situation that we should be. You will all know that the integrated report is built on 7 elements that defines its content and communicate the organization's unique value creation story. I have been always stressing on value creation, but it also covers the organizational and overview and external environment, governance, which are very important, risks and opportunities, strategy and resource allocation, business model, performance and future outlook. Through the integrated thinking, now that's another important thing, integrated thinking. I know that a lot of the companies that have won awards have had integrated thinking promoted by the IR framework. Business organizations are stimulated to focus on the connectivity and interdependencies among a range of factors that have material effect on the ability to create value over time. So these are a few of the things that I thought that I should mention to you. I'm indeed happy that there have been 53 companies that have submitted applications for this competition, and they have been evaluated by a technical panel and thereafter by a senior technical evaluation panel, and the final judging done process undertaken by local and foreign panel of judges. Actually, our panel, the chairman of the panel of judges will be here, and he will be able to tell you the wonderful work that they have done and also the work that have been done by the technical evaluation term. So I wish to congratulate all the winners who will be receiving awards today, and all the others to take more action, be more prepared, do more homework. I am sure that you all will all be able to win awards, and we will also be able to evaluate them and give you the necessary recognition. So thank you very much, and I do hope that today the special visitor that we have, the special guest, the President of the International Federation of Accountants, will make our event a great success, and I wish her all the best, and I'm sure that her visit to Sri Lanka, the many accounting professionals she has met, will really make to give her a very good impression of Sri Lanka and as to what IFAC can do to help Sri Lanka. And we from our side have been really grateful to IFAC, as we know that all our accountants are not today local accountants but global accountants. Thank you and all very much.